even here, I'm willing to say Lot goes out to them, closes the door behind him. And he goes out and he's going to try to reason with the mob. Now let's look at what his reason is. And Lot went out to them at the entrance, closing the door behind him. My goodness. This is Mike, if you have a mob and you're trying to stand up for justice, do you know what happens to you? You're usually kind of the problem. The mob is going to come after you. Mobs aren't the most rational things in the world. The mobs just want what they want. They want blood. They need something to satiate this kind of bubbling frenzy that's there. Lot goes out. Again, I'm actually kind of praising Lot here. This is brave. He's going out on behalf of his guests. Lot went out to them at the entrance, closing the door behind him, and he says, "Please, my brothers, do no harm. Look, I have 2 daughters who have known no man. Let me bring them out to you, and you can do to them whatever you want. Only to these men do nothing, for have they not come under the shadow of my roof beam." Okay, this is what I have to. There's one reading of this text that I just have to address because I find it to be an inane reading that's based somewhat on half knowledge. And I think what happens to exegetes is we latch on to the righteous Lot. In the rabbinic tradition, this scene is very clear. Lot was righteous. Lot was practicing hospitality in a town, in a community, which there is no hospitality. In fact, it's illegal. But the rabbinic tradition, they see now Lot turns to wickedness. And I must say, I have to agree with them. Just looking at the text, what is he doing? He goes out on behalf of his guests, which I'm sitting there thinking, my goodness, this guy knows justice. He's willing to risk his own life to go reason with a mob. But then look what he does. And then the logic that he's willing to participate in. This is insane to me. Essentially, he's a sodomite through and through. And I don't mean in the sexual way. I just mean in his mob mentality. Just think about it. The mob says, send us out 2 victims, your 2 visitors. Send us out the 2 victims so that the mob will be satiated and go away. What does Lot say? I most certainly won't send you out 2 victims so that the mob will be satiated and turned away. Here are 2 victims for the mob to be satiated and turned away. He wants to substitute his virgin daughters for his guests. Here's the god-awful reading. This is an act of hospitality. It's just nonsense. There's no hospitality in offering up your virgin daughters. In fact, in the next lecture, we're going to see the sort of poetic justice that comes with Lot treating his daughters as these sexual objects, as these kind of. And here, the mob wants a sacrificial offering. Lot's willing to say, here's a sacrificial offering. In other words, his logic is the same as the Sodomites. You need a sacrificial victim to go away. I'm just going to give you a different sacrificial victim to go away. This is really important here with Lot. Here's another thing that is astounding to me. Think about the logic of Abraham when he was confronting God. What did he say? Will you really treat the innocent as the guilty? What's Lot doing here? He's sacrificing the innocent, his daughters, his virgin daughters, to the mob. This is almost anti-Abraham. This is anti-justice. It's almost an inversion of what Abraham was saying. Abraham was saying, you can't combine the innocent and the guilty. Lot seems to be okay with this. He seems to be kind of fomenting this think act here. And so what I think has happened with the question of hospitality is I think a lot of critics get a hint. They know that there's something of hospitality going on here with the Abraham scene. I just showed you with the Lot scene. What the Sodomites are known for is no hospitality. I think we have an inkling of that. And then we just go too far saying offering up one's daughters to a mob is an act of hospitality. Like his guests take a higher position. Anyway, I really do think if you're sitting there going, wow, he seems to have misstepped. Yes, he did.